Hello and welcome back to my ASMR channel, and welcome back to another bookish video. This time it is a bit more spooky season themed because spooky season has started. At least for me it has. It is my favorite season. Maybe you could already tell by my looks. I got my nails done, and by got them done I mean I made myself some glue on nails and glued them on. Also new hair. So today, back to the topic of books. Today I have brought you some spooky season recommendations. Okay, I'm trying to build my spooky books collection, or not quite spooky books collection, but like books fitted for the spooky season is a better way of saying it. So I'm gonna show you a few of my recommendations, and I'm very open to any recommendations if you have any. Anything spooky, anything witchy, vampire-y, I'm open to it. So the first recommendation that I think is fitting really well into the spooky season is Donna by Adeline Grace. So this is a book in the gothic vibes genre. It is about this girl that can't really die, so whenever she, like, anything happens that would end like deadly, she doesn't die, she just comes back to life. And that being said, for some reason her family always seems to pass away one way or another, and she then ends up at the house of her uncle. This is a big kind of spooky mansion, haunted as well, and our female main character Signa can not only see ghosts, but she can always also see death, like the death in person. And somehow one family member at this mansion of her uncle is really sick, and she tries to help her, and there is a whole murder mystery to solve. So it is gothic, it is romance, because the romantic interest of Signa is death, which is very exciting. And there's a murder mystery involved that needs to be solved. So I think this book is really fitting for like autumn and the spooky season. So next is a vampire recommendation, The Beautiful. I think in English there are 3 books to this. In German there's only 2, The Beautiful and The Damned. And I can read you the synopsis because this book is in English, and I also have the German version because I am not financially responsible and I bought the book twice. So in 1872, New Orleans is a city ruled by the dead. But to 17-year-old Celine Rousseau, it's also a safe haven after she's forced to flee her life in Paris. Quickly enraptured by the vibrant city from its music and its extravagant soirees, and even its danger, she soon becomes embroiled in the city's glitzy underworld, and particularly a group known as La Coeur des Lions. So this is the first part of the blurb. Basically, there's vampires and there's a murder mystery, and it is also set in like the 1800s, which is, I love the 1800s as a setting. So it is not that long I think 400 pages, like normal book size, I would say. It seems very interesting. I haven't read it myself yet, I have to say, but it is on my TBR for the spooky season. But my TBR for the spooky season is so long that I don't know if I can get to it, but it sounds awesome, and I heard a lot of people say that it is awesome, so I wanted to show you. Okay, next is also on my priority TBR for this spooky season. It is One Dark Window by Rachel Gilly, and I'm so excited for this book. I thought I wanted to read it in English and bought the first and the second book. It's also a duology, 2 books, One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns. So I bought both in English, and then I just a few days ago bought the German version of the first book because it just came out in German. So yeah, well. So on the back it says, Elspeth Spindle needs more than luck to stay safe in the eerie, mist-locked kingdom of Blunder. She needs a monster. She calls him Nightmare, an ancient, miraculous spirit trapped in her head. He protects her, he keeps her secrets. But nothing comes for free, especially magic. When Elspeth meets a mysterious highwayman on the forest road, she is thrust into a world of shadow and deception. Together they embark on a dangerous quest to cure the town of Blunder from the dark magic infected it. As the stakes heighten and their undeniable attraction intensifies, Elspeth is forced to face her darkest secret yet. The nightmare is slowly, darkly taking over her mind. She might not be able to stop him. So she has this nightmare monster in her mind that also is like giving her some magic abilities, but as far as I understand, magic is not allowed in this world, and it's dark and it's gothic, and it's also a romance story, so a romantasy, very fitting for the spooky season. Next, another vampire story. I just got this in the mail and I'm very excited for it. This is A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. I thought I can wait until it maybe someday will be translated to German, but I couldn't. It's now getting like spooky season-ish and I need something that gives me the vibes. And I thought it would be perfect to read A Dowry of Blood. So basically, this is the story of one of Dracula's brides, and it's just like her perspective. I think I can also read you the synopsis if you want. Not that you can tell me not to, because I already am starting. So. This is my last love letter to you, though some would call it a confession. Safe from the brink of death, a mysterious stranger, Constanza, is transformed from a medieval peasant into a bride fit for an undying king. But when Dracula draws a cunning aristocrat and a starving artist into his web of passion and deceit, Constanza realizes that her beloved is capable of terrible things. If this isn't fitting for the spooky season, what is? Honestly, this, I'm excited. Now, some classics. Frankenstein and Dracula are both very good reads, I think, for the spooky season. And I got beautiful editions, and these are even the German editions. I also have a very pretty edition of Frankenstein in English, but I think this is a bit difficult to read in English, so I got this gorgeous German editions, leather bound with like those embossings, and I think just some classics, that are really fitting for the spooky season. Dracula is a bit more to read than Frankenstein. But those would also be great audiobooks to listen to in the spooky season if you don't want to commit to reading the book, but you also want to know about the story. Those two, I think, fit perfectly into the spooky season. And lastly, another classic and another really pretty edition of it. This is linen bound with some gold details, like it's all over gold. And it is Dr. Jackal and Mr. Hyde. And I listened to this story via audiobook. And I have to say, I am now 26 years old, and I never knew what Jackal and Hyde is my whole life. Like it never was a topic I encountered throughout my life, and as soon as I listened to the audiobook, I was so captured and invested. I had so much fun listening to it. It was so interesting, and I was genuinely shocked when I found out that Jekyll and Hyde were the same person. I am pretty sure I'm pretty sure everyone except me knew. I don't know. I didn't. What can I say? I didn't know. So I enjoyed it, and I thought, let's get a book version because this is gorgeous, and I like to collect these vampire library-esque kind of books. So if you don't know about Dr. Jackal and Mr. Hyde, big recommendation to listen to the audiobook or to read the book. It is really short. It has 130 pages, so really quickly on a rainy day with a tea or a coffee on the couch, perfect. And that concludes my list of recommendations of books to read fitting into the spooky season. I will read a lot of these. I probably will read Doy of Blood and One Dark Window because I'm really excited for those. But then me making plans, and I tend to not read what I plan to read, so who knows. But I hope you found some good recommendations, and see you next time. Bye.